In the year 1912, as the world mourned the Titanic, the then Alaska Territory itself witnessed the most powerful volcanic eruption of the 20th century. In the year 1912, the remote wilderness of Katmai, Alaska, lay undisturbed, its rugged peaks and pristine rivers known only to local native communities and a few fortunate explorers. On June 6, 1912, the Earth unleashed a cataclysmic force at Novarupta, a volcanic vent that triggered the most powerful eruption of the 20th century. In the months leading up to this event, from February 1st to June 6, 1912, subtle tremors and volcanic gases hinted at the unrest brewing beneath the surface, though few could predict the scale of what was to come. When Novarupta erupted, it spewed ash and pumice across 100 miles to the east and southeast. If you look at a topographical map, draw a line from Upper Bristol Bay to the lower end of Kodiak Island. The plume during the eruption cloaked the sky in darkness and transforming the landscape into the otherworldly valley of 10,000 smokes. By the 1920s, this awe-inspiring devastation inspired the creation of Katmai National Park, forever preserving the legacy of an event that reshaped Alaska's wild heart. To Trifon Anguson Sr., a native elder who lived through the eruption, it felt like the end of the world. Yet, in an interview in the 1980s, he shared a powerful message of resilience. His son, Ralph Anguson Sr., and Ralph's wife, Clara, often recalled Trifon's stories, tales woven with faith, purpose, and the strength to endure chaos. Trifon Sr. took pride in sharing how his community thrived in the years that followed, a testament to the enduring spirit of Alaska's people. In times of encouragement, Ralph and Clara would retell Trifon's life stories, recounting how he faced what seemed like the end of the world, proving that hope and resilience could light the way forward. In the year 1912, when the Novarupta volcano erupted, the ground shook with ferocious power, forcing the people of Old Savanoski, a native village in Katmai, Alaska, to flee their ancestral home. They traveled downriver to the mouth of the Naknek River, seeking refuge. Out of respect, the displaced Savanoski people asked the communities of the Upper Bristol Bay region for permission to settle, but, as oral histories and genealogy studies recount, they were not welcomed. With no other choice, they established a new home upriver between the Naknek River's mouth and King Salmon, Alaska, naming it New Savanoski. This history, preserved in genealogy research from the 1990s by Dr. Carrie Feldman at the University of Alaska Anchorage, tells of their resilience. From New Savanoski, some families later migrated several miles upriver to the lands of the King Salmon tribe, where they were warmly welcomed, forging a new chapter in their enduring legacy. The ground trembled, as told by strongest of tribal warriors, Trifon Anguson Sr., the super-powerful, colossal blast sent ash and rock violently across the land, transforming visually pristine places like the Ukok River Valley into the Valley of 10,000 Smokes. For decades, scientists thought Mount Katmai itself erupted, but the actual culprit was the Novarupta caldera. It lays some 6 miles away, and because of the devastation, nobody could tell it was the actual caldera until the 1950s. The majority of the top of Mount Katmai, meaning the summit, collapsed into a vast 2,000-foot wide caldera. In other words, the peak collapsed downward from gravity. Oral history of the locals tell this story. The tippy top of the mountain went sailing through the air. In reality, it must have looked like an ICBM of modern-day missiles. Yes, scary times, yet so cool. Only in the 1950s did geologists discover the true culprit, Novarupta, a small vent 6 miles from Mount Katmai. Novarupta unleashed 30 times more magma than Mount St. Ta. Only in the 1950s did geologists discover the true culprit, Novarupta. Helens, rivaling Krakatoa in scale. Its eruption is officially registered as a VEI 6 event, and that's a major global ordeal, and the eruption was the largest of the century. The story of Novarupta and Katmai reminds us that nature's secrets are often hidden, waiting for us to listen to both the land and its people. Sometimes, the greatest mysteries lie in the most remote corners of the world. For over a century, Mount St. Helens stood serene in Washington until 1980. In March of that year, 1980, earthquakes plus steam explosions and a bulge grew ominously on its northern flank. On May 18, 1980, a massive earthquake triggered the largest landslide ever recorded, uncorking a lateral blast that flattened 230 square miles of forest in minutes. Dang. Sadly, 57 lives were lost, and ash circled the globe. The landscape transformed everything into a gray wasteland near the mountain. Rivers choked with mud flows, and communities were buried in ash. Yet, from devastation came discovery. Hardworking scientists learned invaluable lessons about volcanic hazards, leading to better monitoring and warnings worldwide. Life slowly returned, with pioneer plants paving the way for renewal. Mount St. Helens became a symbol of both nature's fury and resilience. Its eruption changed how we understand and live with volcanoes. Far beneath the Pacific, 300 miles off Oregon, Axial Seamount rises from the seafloor, a hidden giant. Unlike land volcanoes, Axial is a shield volcano, erupting every decade or so as tectonic plates pull apart. Still, part of what makes this volcano is its tremendous size, nearly 1 mile wide, or at least twice the size of Mount Katmai, for the caldera. Fascinating stuff, right? Scientists monitor its swelling caldera, predicting eruptions with rare accuracy. When it erupts, lava pours out gently, instantly cooling into pillow shapes in the frigid deep. These eruptions build new ocean crust and support unique ecosystems. Unlike explosive shallow water eruptions, Axial's deep eruptions are quiet but powerful. It's a reminder that volcanic drama unfolds above the waves and below the waves. The next eruption is only a matter of time. Axial Seamount's vast, submerged shield covers miles of ocean floor, fueled by a magma chamber just below the surface. Seafloor instruments track its inflation, offering a window into the volcano's inner workings. Deep pressure prevents explosive blasts. Instead, eruptions create sprawling lava fields, glassy pillow lavas. These eruptions drive hydrothermal vents, black smokers, where life thrives without sunlight. Chemosynthetic bacteria form the base of a food web, supporting tube worms, supporting ghostly crabs. Axial's eruptions are not just geological, they're the foundation for life in the deep. Here, the Earth's power and creativity are on full display. Even in darkness, volcanoes shape worlds. From Novarupta's hidden fury to Mount St. Helens' televised disaster and Axial's silent deep-sea eruptions, North America's volcanoes tell a story of destruction and renewal. Novarupta humbled scientists and changed landscapes forever. Soft, reenacted alluvial villagers responding to ash and change. Mount St. Helens taught us to respect and study volcanic power, while life's return inspired hope. Axial Seamount, monitored by underwater robots, offers a glimpse into Earth's ongoing creation. Brief, close-up of vents and instruments on the seafloor. Brief, CGI reconstruction of seafloor formation at Axial, side-by-side infographic comparison of monitoring methods and scale. Each volcano is a chapter in our relationship with the planet's fiery heart. They challenge, awe, and remind us of nature's dual power to destroy and create. If you could witness one eruption, which would you choose?